River Valley Youth Baseball League, non-profit, all about helping young men have a positive experience with baseball. Off the hook with what these people have done, led by my good friend Bill Tice and many others, and you're going to meet them in a moment. But as promised, a quick recap of the final week of high school football here in East Liverpool and the surrounding area. We're going to start off with the Potters. They lost to St. Clairsville 34-7. Austin Mayfield, 2-yard touchdown run. And by the way, that happened with 1:14 left in the game. Potters end the season at 3-7. To Austin Mayfield, better days ahead. I do believe he will play at the next level. Coach, by the way, underwent some back surgery. He's good. He's with the family, mending, and he will be back. And they'll start pumping iron soon. The blue and white will get back, and it'll be another season before you know it. Now, what else? Beaver Local ends the season at 4-6. Oakland ends the season at 2-8. That game went to Beaver Local, 36-14, 205 yards rushing, and Tony Galeo had 2 touchdowns on the night. Wellsville, 42-0 Southern Local. Sean Carter, coach, you may remember him as a player. 94 completions, 1,588 yards, 94 touchdowns, but that stuff is no more because of senior Justin Miller. Shattered it, had a big night. His final game, 17 passes, 209 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That is a wrap on the high school football season, and best of luck to all of those schools and coaches as they turn the page and get ready for next year. And to the graduating seniors, thank you and enjoy your memories. Here we go. Chris Davis, Tommy Pease, Anson Wiggins, and Brian Davis representing Mr. Tyson Company, the River Valley Youth Baseball League. And Chris is a St. Clair police officer, canine officer. Thank you for your service, young man. And let's talk about baseball. And it mattered to you as a kid, and it matters now, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's all I remember growing up was playing baseball. Good friendships were built. You know, a couple of years ago, we lost a baseball complex, so it was a dream come true finding a piece of property. Now we get 4 fields of quality fields. Everybody that's been playing on them has commented several times that they're the best around.
You know, let me ask you something else, too. And we all know with what's happening in the region, and not just in East Liverpool, but in the entire region with the drug culture and the drug situation, and it's just an ugly headline. I've said idle time is the devil's work. The great thing about this, it keeps the kids, as the old saying goes, off the streets and gives them something positive to do, right?
Oh, absolutely. We've hosted over 200 games this year for this area. That's pretty good. But it's constant. When in the past years we haven't had anything over the winter time, but we are now starting a program up in the winter time to get the kids involved in some training, which helps with their downtime. So everything's moving good right now.
That's what local police departments always have done. People just need to get reconnected. They're out to help. And this is a young man, and they're all young men to me, folks, but is really trying to make a difference, not just in his uniform, but outside of the blue that he uses to serve and protect us every day. Chris, good to see you. Now, Tommy Pease, his father, is really the reason why I love NASCAR, folks. It's all because of Mr. Pease. And this young man, I watched him scat as a football player, and like his dad, he's got a great gift of gab, and he's got a home improvement company. And the Pratte gym needs a fresh coat of paint, so I may actually bring him up to Monaca to handle that. But Tommy, it's great to see you here. And I know how much your dad taught me about sports and about Liverpool history, and you were right there at his side educating me, and I'd be nothing without these people and these families. Tell me about Liverpool sports before we talk about River Valley Youth Baseball. My beloved Potters, I thought maybe this year, and everyone gave it the blue and white forever try, but we end up 3-7. And I said this when I met him 2 years ago at Casa de Emmanuel. Other than Kevin Smith, he was the real deal, a stud, Austin Mayfield. And I do believe, despite a tough year, he will play at the next level.
I totally agree. I mean, I coach high school baseball at Liverpool, and I seen Austin in the gym. We actually had him come in and throw some baseball as well, which was kind of cool. Kid's got an absolute cannon. I tell Josh, and Josh will definitely verify. I mean, he's got an NFL caliber arm. The kid's arm is amazing. So I hope, like you said, he's going to get a chance to play at the next level, and it'll be fun to watch for sure.
All right, tell me about this River Valley Youth Baseball League. I haven't been to the complex. It's incredible. But there's a lot of folks that have really stepped up and have donated a lot of money to help you. Bill Tice, his lovely wife Karen, big supporters, Bob and Robbins Flowers, the Boscos, we know them well. But that's just a tip of the iceberg. A lot of folks really donating time and money to make it possible.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the funny thing is, in December of 2015 is when we pretty much closed the deal with the city to acquire the property on McGuffey Drive. And it's amazing that, 10 months later, 11 months later, here we are. We have 4 fields up there that can hold every youth division. What we're missing right now, actually, is a pony field. We're hoping to get that accomplished real soon. But without the community, like you mentioned, Bill Tice, Karen Tice, Bob and Robin, Anson's family actually also donated a concession stand. And these 2 guys on the end, Brian and Chris, I mean, they put in countless hours to make this happen. We closed that deal in December, and by May, our complex, our kids were playing on those fields, which I think says a lot for these guys and for the community in general.
All right, now it's Anson Wiggins. I don't know what he could do with a baseball bat, but man, he had a killer jump shot. And I always enjoyed watching him play basketball and that motor that never stopped. He's a VP at Chase Bank. Anson Wiggins, all blue and white, loves the community and is really excited about the River Valley Youth Baseball League. Good to have you here. Good to see you. And good to know that the family's doing okay. This is something that really indicates there's a lot of hope in this region for that generation that's coming up, right?
Absolutely, Rob. Good to see you as well. The Potter football season was one of the most exciting. I know they only had 3 wins, but in the past decade was one of the most exciting teams to watch live. So we were there every Friday night looking to see what Coach Conley can do with the round ball. And hopefully we can get some play-by-play back there like we used to have.
Wait a minute. Now, see, I was supposed to be wrapping this thing up down here. I got Soderbeck banging on me, Lou Volino banging on me. I love basketball. So now that you brought it up before we talk baseball, what's going on with Coach Conley? Are we going to have a little life this year?
We should have a little life, but we're going to be young. So we don't
Tell me about him. I want to know.
They graduated a lot of their scorers, so we just need somebody like Mr. Dawson to step up. Logan Dawson and the Bombic to step up and fill those shoes. If so, it'll be a successful season. But someone's got to put the ball through the hoop.
Let me tell you something. I could spend a couple of nights a week with these guys just enjoying to listen to them talk. Why? Because I love Potter sports. Now, Peasy, you brought it up too, so I want you to talk a little basketball. Here's the thing, guys. I know you're really committed to this baseball thing. But don't you think we should have them on the courts, like during the off season or at the Y playing? Is somebody doing that to make Liverpool basketball what I must say, during my time here, 2 decades, it didn't get much better. So are we doing anything to help these young men matriculate to the basketball court at the high school level?
I think Nate's doing an amazing job. I mean, he runs, a little Potters program in the summer, for the kids, or actually I think it's in the winter, for the youth. And, Nate's a great coach, and, kids play for him. I think we were spoiled there for a while, maybe between 90 and maybe 99, 2000, where we had some tremendous talent. It don't matter where you're at in a bar or in a coffee shop, everybody wants to talk about, who's the greatest Potter basketball player of all time. I'd love to put you on the spot right now for that, but I won't do it. But
I got to tell you, I'm not afraid. I'll say it. Listen,
I want to come in close.
This guy was right there. The Douglas brothers were incredible. Bruce Christian, you may remember that name going back old school. Stevie Flores was pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of them. A lot of them, right?
I've seen, I was a kid when Anson played. I always tell him we're friends now, but he was my hero when I was in 7th and 8th grade. But for me personally, Dan Swalger, hands down, was the man. So
I don't know. He was pretty good.
Oh, Wiggins was good.
Josh,
Yeah.
got to throw Josh
Martin, yeah, he was dominant. Absolutely.
Got to throw Vinny. But to get back on
No, wait 1 second. you got to admit, is there anything better than during Christmas break? Big snowstorm, everybody's house looking in that holiday frame, that you just picture postcard, and you go to the field house. Or down to Wellsville, the old Beacon Memorial, to watch these 2 teams play basketball.
No, absolutely.
Man, it gives me chills to think about it.
There have been great games up there.
It was the greatest. Okay, get back to that.
I mean, down the line, we look to, once our facility is complete, to have an indoor training complex as well.
Good.
So what we can do is transition those kids from the baseball fields to the football fields to the basketball courts. That way they can be 3-sport athletes, because we don't want anybody to be specialized in one sport. We would love to see everybody be 2- and 3-sport athletes, because at the next level, as you were mentioning with Austin Mayfield, that's what they're going to look for. Are you an athlete? Or are you just a one-hit wonder? You got to be able to do multiple sports. So, But it truly, like, I'd be remiss because I know we left a few people out. It has been a complete community effort, along with the group that you see sitting here. A lot of the local businesses have provided financial support. They've donated their time. They've donated their equipment. The class of 1960 with Mr. Marion Perkins, the former police officer, as everybody knows, Mr. Darrell Davis, they led a fundraising effort just for the class of 1960 to provide us with about $45,000 in cash to build one field. Gene Diddle, along with Sue and Dennis Giambroni from St. Clair Storage, provided us with another $20,000 to $25,000 to build an entire field. So we're talking, complete commitment to something that, we proposed to them on paper, and they were committed to the cause. And then it just grew, like you had mentioned, Bob and Rob, and my in-laws, and then my parents, to get us a couple, concession stands and buildings up and running.
You married one of their kids.
I did.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You're going to do okay for yourself.
I fooled somebody.
No, you didn't.
I was
You're a
able to
good
do.
kid. Good kid.
So we've got a lot of positivity going, and like you said, one of the biggest factors is to get the kids off. These streets have a lot of negative influences, as Chris can attest to.
Listen, and we are going to get to Brian over here from Time Met Steel in just a moment. Hang in there, big guy. But listen, people, they say to me, and I got two children, 25 and a 17-year-old, my boys. My daughter's 15. We talk about stuff all the time. And when I was even here doing play-by-play up until 99, I don't ever remember it being this bad. I mean, guys, you see it every day, and what Chris is doing. God bless him. I mean, it's scary out there, and there's got to be something for these kids to do. So these people that are kicking in a whole lot of time, like you guys, and a whole lot of money, are really doing something more than just giving someone a chance to throw a ball around.
Oh, absolutely. It's more about winning a game, losing a game. We're building. We have 4-year-olds clear up till once we get our pony field built. 14 and 15-year-old kids that are getting ready to enter high school in the next stage of their life. So, we're building foundations so that hopefully they make better decisions going forward.
It's
so
something to be proud of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's life skills. So that's you got to start somewhere, and hopefully we have a positive effect.
How cool is it, too, to have a Stovall as the mayor? Brian Stovall. Should have been Jerry Stovall years ago. That would have been one heck of an election party, I got to tell you. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Brian Davis. So how's things in the steel industry? I'm a big fan of the steel industry, and I know that Time Met name. How long have you worked there?
3 years altogether.
Good. So tell me about this River Valley Youth Baseball League. You love it, don't you?
To me, it's something different. Not only is it about baseball, but seeing kids around here being able to go somewhere, be safe, have a good time. That's what it's about for me.
Well, listen, I can't thank all you guys enough. I got some grub from the wonderful hot dog shop in this community I'm going to munch on. But we got one more thing before we leave tonight. We're going to talk about the election. Ted Arnaud and I. He's going to join us somewhere on our newsline. I don't know where he is tonight. I think he's in Swickley, Pennsylvania. But a lot to get to because it's just 6 days until Trump and Clinton square off to see who the next president is going to be. Also going to focus on this U.S. Senate race in Pennsylvania. Pat Toomey getting ready to challenge Katie McGinty to see if he will hang on to his Senate seat for the next 6 years. So please stay with us. Much more to come tonight. Legacy Studios in East Liverpool, Ohio.